HappyThumbsGaming. Big show.
What's up, everybody? HTG Doug here, and today we're checking out Destiny of Taken Kings King's Fall Raid, and this is on normal, and this is going to be a full walkthrough with all the currently known chests and fragments. There are currently 5 fragments and 3 chests. I'm going to do my best to explain to you everything that's going to happen. We got some good friends of mine in here, but first of all, we're going to go through my guns I'm using. I got Supercell, the Conspiracy Theory, the Smolder, a really bad Ghost, and the Taikanaut, and just regular gear, basically. But we got my good Freddy and ZooperLoop over from Australia, Firesnake, Joker, WestBeat, and we got KCD and me, of course. So there we go. Alright, I'm going to do my best to explain to you as much as what's going on as possible as we go on. So right at the beginning, you have 2 relics. One's going to be on the right pillar, one's going to be on the left. Pretty simple. All you have to do is literally grab them. There'll be some enemies that spawn in front of you. Your team kills them. The white barriers that pop up, you can actually just shoot through. Very simple. Once you clear the enemies, you're going to see a little relic on the right. And all you have to do is put both the relics in place at about the same time. There's a couple second variation, but pretty simple. So the next ones are going to spawn over to the left and the right. I recommend 3 people go one way, 2 people go another way, and then 1 person stay in the middle and try to clear some ads. So me, Joker, and I think that's KCD are going to go left. And so you just shoot the barrier, kill a couple ads on the way. Joker, I believe, has already grabbed the relic. He's going to bring that in here, and then you do the same thing. So it's pretty simple. You just keep going through the same pattern, basically. Every time you complete the relic will spawn further away. So eventually it'll just end up all the way back in like the back room. Alright, so once you clear the ads, or at least most of them, be careful, make sure you clear the ads on the other side as well, otherwise that'll happen. And yeah, then just go up both the relics at the same time, slam them into I call it the rift, I don't really know what it's actually called, but and then just go down to the next one and grab the next one. The only thing I should let you know about is when you are picking up the relic, since you can't really use any weapons other than your melee, which doesn't do a ton of damage, make sure you don't get flung off the edge by the phalanxes, because they have that stupid new charge attack thing, and you'll end up just go flying off. The relic, you do have a certain amount of time to bring the relics back to the Court of Oryx, which is the area to the right where you put the relic in. It's timed. You have a very lenient amount of time, but if you get flown off once or twice in a row, you're probably going to have to restart that section, which just gets really annoying. So just be careful, let your enemies kind of get out of your way, or let your teammates kill them, and then once you get a clear path, just run up the path. You'll actually see Joker actually get flung across the map I think in the next run. So as you can see, though, you have plenty of time to get down there. So play it a little bit safe, and you should be fine. Alright, now there are going to be quick links down in the video description below. I have the quick links for all the chests and the calcified fragments if you would like looking just for those. I also have checkpoints or quick links for the tomb ship jumping part, the where to power the gate, the Warpriest, the Golgoroth's maze, Golgoroth himself, the wall jumping puzzle, the Daughters of Oryx, sorry I blanked on the name there for a second, and for Oryx. So if you're looking for a specific part and you're a little confused, then go ahead and just skip ahead to those. Now, the relics will spawn in slightly different locations, but there'll always be somewhere in those rooms on the side. They're basically in the same spot on both sides, so you shouldn't have any problem finding one or the other. And as you can see, you can't melee the shield yourself, so you need somebody to melee it for you. Whoever's in the middle clearing ads can also turn around and shoot both sides when they pop up to make it a little easier for your team on either side. You can just have 3 guys on either side, but I find it's just a lot easier to have 1 person in the middle trying to clear the ads that pop up. If anybody is confused, ads are the enemies that'll just pop up around you. For whatever reason, it came apart. It just came up as being ads when this game was created, I guess. It probably could be a thing in other games as well, but this is the first I've ever heard that. I think it just stands for like additionals or something like that, but I'm not really sure. We just call them ads. So if I say ads and you're confused, that is what I am talking about. Alright, so this one is just in the center. You can see it. Joker's going to grab it. I think this is one where he actually gets flung off the map. Like I said, you have plenty of time, though. So just clear the enemies as they spawn up, and you should have no problem whatsoever. Alright. So you have to do this about, I believe it's 6 times, 1 for each of the statues that are in the middle. And I think he goes flying right There it is. Yep, he just goes flying across the map. Yeah, you have 6 of them that you have to do, and the relic will spawn back where you started, so be sure if somebody does get killed, you run all the way back there as quickly as possible to grab it. As time gets further and further down, like the screen will kind of start shaking a little bit, and you'll kind of know what's happening. So alright. So KC went to grab that one. He'll be back in a minute. Alright. So they're going to place that last one in. I believe that's the last one. Nope, sorry, there's one more. Yeah, this one's the furthest one away, so you have to be kind of quick. You should still have plenty of time, but just in case something happens, you want to always have the extra time if needed. But this one is all the way in the far back room, so whoever's going for the relic, just kind of skip all the ads and let your teammates kill him, so you can get that and start getting back a while. Because you do run a little slower when you have the relic. You still run okay, but like you still run a little slower. So get that going back. And once you put the last relic in, a couple of wizards and stuff will spawn from the court of Oryx, which is that big platform in the middle to my right. And it's a couple of wizards, so you just kill them and then go through the portal. But we'll get there in a second. Now, as we're going through this, the best weapons to have for this raid are a high impact sniper, like a 1,000-yard stare from the Vanguard Quartermaster. You can buy one there. There's a few others like the Hereafter, which is the exotic sniper rifle, that are also good. There's a few other ones that are scattered around that are blue that are also good, but 1,000-yard stare you can just buy from the Vanguard, and it's pretty simple. You can infuse it after that, and you'll get it pretty high. I think at this point mine was like I want to say 285, maybe 2 something. I don't know. It's in the beginning of the video. I forgot already. But yeah, that's a very good sniper to have. You just buy it for 150 marks and infuse it with whatever you got. And it'll do about 3,000 to 4,000 damage depending on your light level. To do the raid, recommend a light level of about 290. But for Oryx, I recommend you be about 294, 290 plus. So once you go through the portal, there actually is a chest that is right below you. I completely forgot about it, so let's grab that. I think I just got Moldering Shards and a Worm Spore, yeah. So yeah, for Oryx, I recommend you be 295 or above. 294 is okay, but like you kind of need that extra light level. But we had 1 or 2 guys, I think we were 294 then when we did it, so not terribly hard to do. Alright, so this is the first like jumping puzzle of the thing. It's very simple. The only problem is like the momentum will push you in different directions. So you want to be sure that like you can actually like jump on the right time. Otherwise you'll do like I did in the beginning and kind of bounce off the chain and kind of get stuck there. So alright, I'm going to speed up KC failing at the jumping puzzle because I'm a nice guy. So we don't have to see his embarrassment as much as we would normally. But if you're watching this, I love you, Casey. If not, well, why aren't you watching it? Anyway, so we're going to be on our way to the Hive Tomb Ship jumping puzzle now. That's what I call it. What the official name of the area is, I actually don't know, nor do I really care, because Hive Tomb Ship jumping puzzle is a much more fun phrase to say. Try saying that 5 times fast, it's incredibly hard. Anyway, so nothing to find here that we know of. I'm pretty sure there's actually a chest somewhere in the Hive jumping tomb ship jumping puzzle, but it has not been found as of this recording. So if there is, I'll probably add an annotation or upload a separate video of just that chest. But for now, we're just gonna go through the jumping and try not to die, because I died a lot. It's also worth knowing that you can actually complete Vanguard bounties in the raid now, which I believe is the first time you could do it. So if you have any Hive bounties, make sure you grab them before you do the raid, and you'll get some of them done on the way. I think I completed like 2 or 3 just going through the raid, which is not bad if you're doing it at the raid anyway. Alright, so I'm actually going to make a nice little edit here, because I failed a couple times on the jumping puzzle. I kept going the wrong direction. But if you're a hunter, you're kind of screwed. It's kind of hard to make some of the jumps as a hunter. If you have Bones of AO, the exotic leg piece, it makes it a little easier. But you're going to have to really time your jumping pretty much almost dead on. But hopefully with the video, you'll know where to expect the ships to pop up. So the first one you want to do is actually to your right and kind of a little bit behind you. Make sure you kind of jump like before the ship, so you'll kind of angle back, if that makes sense. And then the next one's going to be in front of you to the right. And like I said, make sure you just kind of time it right, because I jumped way too far and the force was kind of pushing me to the right. So make sure you jump like a little bit in front of it and you should land right on it. Now the next one right after that is just in front of you to the left. Pretty simple, you kind of just walk off and kind of glide a little bit there. And then you just jump onto the platform in front of you and then you'll have a little checkpoint there. So if you fail after this part, you will just respawn here. So at least you don't have to go all the way over again. Now the next one's actually right below you. So again, you kind of just fall off and jump on it. But this is where it starts getting a little tricky. So, and the credit for this goes almost entirely to Fire Snake, because when the first time we did this, he like basically was the only person to get over there for like a while before we finally slowly get over there one at a time. But this one's going to be in front of you and lightly to your left, so just jump over there. It's kind of a long jump, so make sure you time it pretty good. Now this is the ridiculous jump right here. So what you want to do is you're actually going to have to crouch down, because this ship will actually come right above you. And this is not the one you want, so you want to go underneath this ship first, and then you're going to want to go to the second one, which is over to your right. Now it's kind of hard, but you have to jump a little far back, and you can see actually, I think it was KC actually missed the jump and fell and killed himself. And the next one is going to be right in front of you, and you have to time it like perfectly as well. Since it's coming at you, you can't really like space out the jump. So, all right, after that one, it gets a little easier, because this one you just basically jump straight up and then on it. And then this one is another hard one. This one's gonna spawn in front of you and to the right. It's a very late spawner. So this one, the one you're on right now, will basically almost disappear by the time you have to jump. So you have to jump like right on time. But it'll jump here over and to the right there, and you'll see that one I'm on basically just disappeared as I jumped. And once you get on this one, you're basically home free. And again, I'm going to cut out Casey failing because he failed at the jumping puzzle again. So yeah, sorry Casey. Alright, there we go. So he finally gets over here, and now we're going to come upon the first chest. So it's just up here, and you're going to see two portals, or platforms, one on the left, one on the right. If you've played like any raid, you've seen these portals before. They're right there to the left. So you're going to have one person stand on one person stand on the other, and the rest of your team is going to jump onto the Hive tomb ship in the middle. And this is, of course, after you clear all the enemies. So once you step on either portal, the big gate in the middle is actually going to disappear, so the Hive tomb ship can go through, and your teammates can go through as well. But because we're getting all the chests, there's actually a chest over and to the left. And you'll see it in a second, I'll point to it. But Fire is going to stand on that platform, I'm going to stand on this one, and we're going to go let their teammates go over and get that chest first, and then we'll go over and get it after. Alright, so there, you see where, like, I believe Joker's shooting. The chest is way over there to the left in a hole in the wall. And you'll see kind of a path leading up to it. That's where we're going to want to go. The jump is kind of a pain. You have to kind of time it right. You can actually jump right over to the platform, or to the ledge where it is, but I prefer a little easier method of jumping on the little ledge before that, and then jumping over. So I'm going to speed this up just a little bit to get it going, because it's kind of a long trip to get over there. So you'll see they'll jump all the way over. Zoop actually jumps on the little ledge and then jumps on the other ledge, and that's the way I did it because I think it's way easier. And once they get all the way up there, they'll just walk in there, grab the chest, and then jump down the other side. Alright, so once they grab the chest and go down the other side, there will be two platforms or little portals on the other side that two people have to stand on, and then me and Fire will then go over, jump on the Hive tomb ship, and then go over, jump over, grab the chest, and do the same thing. And they'll be able to continue on with this raid. So far pretty simple, no real enemies or bosses that need to be worried about, mostly just jumping puzzles and little gimmicks and stuff. So I actually failed the first time to make the jump, so I'm going to edit that out and go over again. And we're going to speed this up a little bit, because it takes forever. But anyway, so I'll show you what I mean. You're going to want to, like I said, I jumped a little too late the first time and I bounced off the edge and missed the ledge. So I think it's way easier if you just jump on the ledge, which I'm going to show you right here, right now. And you'll see it right there. And then if you jump over up there, it's way easier. I am a Titan with barely any agility, so that's probably why I can't make the jump. If you're a Warlock or Hunter, you probably made it without any problem. So anyway, just be careful when you're walking up, because you will get kind of pushed off the ledge sometimes, like you saw Casey do before. But once you get up here, you can just grab the chest behind or in front of Mr. WestBeat over there, and then you just walk over to your right, and then jump off the edge onto the other side. So far, not too bad. Zoop actually called this one out the first time we played it. He was like, I bet you there's a chest up on the ledge, but we didn't check because we were trying to beat it. So, good for him for calling it out. Give him a little clap for that. Alright. Anyway, so the first fragment's actually right up here as well. Right where Joker's standing. I actually fall off the ledge like an idiot. But, there you go. We missed that the first time as well. That is number 29, I believe. Yep, 29. And after that, all I have to do is just go up the little elevator shaft, and we are into the next area. So there's actually this is like the glyph door gate section thing. There's actually a calcified fragment up here as well. I apologize, I did already grab it in the first time we did the raid. This was actually the second time we were doing it in full. But I'm going to show you the location, I'll show you exactly where it is, and then you can grab it on your way through if you missed it. This one's very easy to not get, or no, it's very easy to get. Sorry, I'm trying to like Willy Wonka it right now. It's going to be right there in front of you. It'll be right there in the corner. It's almost impossible to miss unless you're just physically not looking for them. Alright, so this is going to be a little confusing, but once you figure it out, it's very simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to have two people go down over like a little bit to the right. You will see a little relic there you're going to want to grab, and that will give you basically like a healing kind of bubble thing. And so you have two people go left, two people go right, and as soon as we start, they're going to grab those and go over. Me and I believe Fire are going to kill all the ads in the middle. And you're going to see it in a second here. What you're going to do is the two people on the right and left are going to grab the little healing wave thing and go down. And there's going to be a timer that starts. It'll be 30 seconds, and then the other person who doesn't have like the healing bubble thing, it'll transfer to them, and they'll hold it for 30 seconds, and we'll keep switching off. So the point of switching off is when your 30 seconds for the bubble runs out, you have like Death Singer's power times 10. So you'll have to run that down to the middle platform that me and Fire are standing at right now, and you basically discharge the power basically, and then you start powering the door. So whoever's on the glyph, the portal to start with, will run over, and you'll see now that I have in the bottom left, I have the aura of the Weaver. So now Zoop's timer is going down, and once it gets to 0, he'll go and dispose of the power, and then we'll keep switching off. It's pretty simple. You just want to make sure you kill all the ads that spawn. There will be a knight that spawn on top on either side. And you'll see now that I have my timer going down, and you just basically keep doing that over and over again until the thing is full. So not terribly hard to do once you figure it out. It's just a matter of killing the ads and make sure so the people are in the bubble at the right time. So now you'll see my timer ran out. I have Death Singer's power times 10, so I will run that back to the portal, and you'll see it kind of discharge, and the gate will slowly get powered as you go back and forth. Now people on the right and left are doing basically the same things, but when you're up in the middle, you want to make sure you kill as many ads as possible. It's okay if you get down there, because whoever's in the bubble at the bottom will kill them as they come down. But the main thing is the wizards up top. You want to make sure you kill on the right and the left, because they can just start killing you if you get a little sloppy. So, alright, so whoever has the Death Singer's power is calling out that, hey, they've left, we should switch. So once they call that out, you would switch, and then you go back to killing ads. So then same thing. Next person who has it ready will switch and switch and switch and switch until the gate's powered. Very, very simple. Zoop actually figured this out when we were doing it as well. He actually did really good this run. I'm really proud of him. He like figured everything out like a good little Destiny player. But anyway, so we're gonna kill all the ads again. West and Zoop are gonna switch, and then once mine gets down, I think we're almost done. You have to do it about 10 times, I believe. I'm not sure if I think it's either side. I'm not really sure if it's either side or just in total, but not. Well, yeah, either. I think it's 10 times, or no, probably about 10 in total, about 5 for each side. So mine's full. I'm gonna go switch. And don't worry about killing ads when you go. If you wait too long, your Death Singer's power will dissipate, so you want to make sure you do it as quickly as possible. And by the way, that engram is driving me crazy. If I wasn't doing this video, I would have grabbed that a long time ago. So the power is real inside of me. Anyway, so we're gonna. Oh, there it is. Nope, I couldn't do it anymore. Sorry, I lied. Look at that. All right, so we're gonna kill the wizard on top left, and then as soon as I do that, we're gonna switch because I'm a little late, but not too bad. As long as you're inside the aura of weaving before the timer goes down for the person inside of it, you'll still get it. So it's not like you have to be there right as soon as people switch. You have about a good 15-20 second window before, it goes away. Alright, so we'll kill the last ad. I think we're just about done. I think I have one more wave left, and then I think I'm done. And I was trying to save ammo because I only had 4 shots, so I didn't take the shot at first. And I missed the first one anyway and then get the second one. But whatever. So if you have the supercell, I strongly suggest using it, because like trying to kill all these thralls, you'll just get all your ammo back right away, and you just absolutely wreck everything. But you want to make sure you really have a high impact sniper. That's your main thing, or a good machine gun. But high impact sniper is definitely the way to go for this raid. You'll just do insane amounts of damage, and it'll make it way easier for your team to beat the raid in total. Alright, so I'm going to discharge that here, and we're just about done. I think we need one more. So actually, I did need one more after this. And you'll see the power goes away, and then we'll switch. Oh, and the longer you go on, the more knights will spawn. At the beginning, it's mostly just thralls and a couple acolytes here and there. But towards the end, it'll be like 3 4 knights will come out at a time. They'll split off, and then so you want to make sure you kill them. You should use your heavy if you have a chance to, or if you have sniper ammo or just regular ammo, use that instead. Heavy is pretty much not useless, but like definitely not needed as much as in other raids, like where Atheon, where you just Gjallarhorn the hell out of them, and Crota, where you just Gjallarhorn the hell out of him too. This is really about high impact snipers, so I can't stress that enough. If you don't have one, I definitely suggest you get one. All right, so once that's over, you'll come up. There'll be a chest in the middle, and I think I get the fusion rifle from this, which I'll actually show you guys. Yep, I got the fusion rifle, which is Midas Reckoning. And once, I'm going to look at that real quick because I'm curious. I've never gotten it before. I want to look at it. So there you go. It's basically full impact. Yeah, it's kind of bad charge rate, but whatever. And, yeah. So yeah, I got my 1,000 yard stairs. Actually, 298. I was close. I thought it was... I just switched off from the blue sniper that I had, so... Alright, so now we're going to start the Warpriest. Alright, now we get to the first real boss of the game. This is the Warpriest. The basic concept is there's 3 portals, one on the top left, one on the middle, one on the bottom right. And you have to stand on them in a certain sequence, and once you do, you get basically a red bubble around one of the players, which will then allow you to do damage to the Warpriest. Now, the trick is, when you get the red bubble around you, whoever is the last person to step on the last platform basically will get the bubble. You'll have a number in your bottom left. It'll say like, whatever the exact like thing is called, times 3 or times 4, and then you'll have a timer counting down. If that timer gets to 0, whoever has a red bubble will die, and then it'll switch off to someone else. But then the most important thing is that the Warpriest, you can no longer do damage to him because he'll start doing his attack. And now it's usually, I believe the first wave is in any order. We can actually look at the front of the glyphs and it'll actually tell you, it'll light up and tell you which one it is which. But when you stand on a glow white, if you're not spawning, you know you get the right order. And you'll see that. And then the Warpriest will spawn at the beginning. As I was saying, when you get the red bubble, there'll be a number that the timer will count down. You got a number that says time 3 times 4. What you have to do is you have to kill an ad, or an enemy, and then your timer will go back up, and you can continue damaging the Warpriest. Now, once you kill the 3 ads, though, the Warpriest will also do his attack, and you can stop damaging him. So you want to make sure you get the timer go down a little bit first, and then kill an ad, timer goes back up, kill an ad, timer goes back up, etc., etc. So the way you get that sequence to start is by killing all the ads that spawn on the left and the right and the middle. You'll go through like a couple acolytes, then a wizard, and then like another yellow knight. And once you kill the yellow knights on either side, you can hit the portals to start the glyph sequence, and then you can start damaging the boss. It gets a little tricky because the only way to survive his attack that he does is to stand behind the 3 basically pillars, the rune pillars that are in front of you, which you'll see over to the right there in a second. They're the black ones that have the symbols on them. Yeah, right in front of me. And once he does his attack, he destroys the pillar, so you can't stand behind anymore. So basically, you have about 3 waves, and then his enrage wave to kill him. Otherwise, you all die. We actually do it in the 4th wave, but it's very possible to do it in the 3rd wave. But we just kind of messed up one of the waves, which I'll explain that later anyway. So this time it was left, right, middle, and you'll see there's the red bubble around Fire Snake, and he'll have to clear ads to keep the timer going up so we can keep damaging him. And this is where you want everybody to have a machine gun with a high impact or high impact sniper. I said high impact sniper is better, but if you don't have one, machine gun will do. Supers are also okay. If you have a shadow shot, and you hit him with it, you'll do extra. Everyone also do extra damage, so it's also recommended as well. But so I'm gonna keep hitting him, and we get about a quarter of the way through until timer goes down and he does his attack, and then you'll see he destroys like all the ads in the area, and he'll destroy the rune tablet in front of us. You'll see it's gone there. All right. So basically, you have to do each wave in front of one of the tablets, left, right, middle, or left, middle, right, left, whatever it is. I think for us it'll be middle, right, left. The problem with that is that the left one's kind of hard to get to, depending on the order of the tablets. You might end up being in the middle like we were, and you have to jump up to the top left to survive. And chances are you won't do a ton of damage. So depending on your luck, you might have to almost basically skip a wave, but it just really depends on your luck in the sequencing. So okay, we're gonna go back and clear all the ads again. Basically the sequence just restarts itself. You kill all the ads, kill the wizards, kill the knight, kill the yellow knight, and then the sequence will start for the glyphs, and then you get to damage him again. Just make sure you're picking up ammo as you go. You should have plenty of ads to kill where you should have enough where you can grab ammo again. If not, make sure you go in with, like, just to be safe, probably 20 to 30 special and heavy ammo syntheses, depending on how many times it takes you to beat some of the bosses. If not, you can always quit out and go to the tower, get some more, and come back, and you'll keep whatever last checkpoint you were on. So on the bottom left, you can see the glyph sequence has started, and then you can see in the middle you have an orange glow beam. That's the first one that is, so that's one you're going to stand on. And you can actually see the right tablet is not lit up in the front, and now it is. So that's the last one. So once that triggers, everyone's going to go down to the back right, and we are going to damage the boss. I think somebody actually dies here, but we still do enough damage. Somebody shadow shotted him, which, like I said, does extra damage for everyone else. And it's also good if somebody has a Defender Titan with not Blessing of Light, Weapons of Light, because you'll just do extra damage. So if you have Weapons of Light, put it in the back, you'll do a lot of extra damage, and that'll just help you kill him faster. I actually recommend you have Weapons of Light for almost every single boss in some form or another. You don't really need it for this one, but it definitely helps a lot. So honestly, it'll just make things easier for you, but it's still doable without it, but just a lot harder. Alright, so since they stay on the right normally, I'm going to let them revive and we're going to go to our side. And we'll just start the sequence again. Yeah, we didn't use Weapons of Light for the first two, but we did use it for the last one, just to do the little extra damage since we messed up this wave actually. This wave coming up. And it definitely helped us kill him, because we came a little close. Like, we did it, but we probably could have did a lot better. But it only took us one try, so that's a win. And I actually got a Warn Singer rune from this, which is doable on the Dreadnought. You guys can figure that out in a different video. I'm not going to really sit there and explain it to you in this one. Alright, so once you clear all the enemies, the Yellow Knight will spawn up top this time, because when you get to the third wave, Taken starts spawning. So clear the Taken thralls that pop up, and then in the back, the Yellow Knight will spawn. Make sure you grab ammo first, just to be safe. And there he is. I'm not sure if it's the third wave or if it's actually the amount of damage you did to the boss. I believe it's the third wave, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It could just be 50% damage as well. So you can see on the right, the orange light popped up. There's not one in the middle, so we know it has to be the one by us. And then the orange light's in the middle. This is where we kind of got messed up a little bit, because now we have to come up to the top left so we don't die by the Warpriest. And getting up here is a little bit of a pain. You got to kind of go all the way around and then come up here. So we wasted a lot of time. And you have to make sure you still kill ads so that whoever has the red bubble doesn't die. As you'll see there, they did, and then somebody else got it. So it's a little tricky. You kind of have to get lucky. But just do your best to get up there and kill an ad. And I actually Titan Hammer so I can do a little extra damage. Because I'm doing about what is it, $10,000? $10,000. $10,000 per hit. Yeah, that'd be amazing. But anyway, so we leave him to about a quarter. So we have one wave left to do it before we die. And I'm going to go over there and grab Joker, because I believe it's Joker. Yep, it is. And then you just go back to your spots and do it one last time. So you see he has about a quarter left. And we have Weapons of Light for next time. So we should be able to do it no problem. If you're over a quarter going to the last wave, you're probably going to die. But it depends on your light level, though, so I shouldn't say that. You have a decent chance, but if you're over a quarter, you're probably in bad shape. Let's put it that way. Alright, now, the wave actually doesn't trigger until you kill the Yellow Knight. So if you guys need to collect ammo or do anything special, definitely go ahead and just not kill one of the knights, because we're going to do that in a second here. And it actually gets me killed because we were going down to like revive fire and get everything set up, and I actually died by accident. So yeah, the Yellow Knight will spawn. I started to try to kill him, and then he hit me with that burn attack and kind of just messed me up. And then I should have kept going, but I stopped, tried to kill him, and he did the burn attack again, hit me with it, and I just like burned out. But that's okay. So like I said, as long as you don't kill him, you can just revive everybody and keep going. So Zoop's going to kind of distract him for a little bit and let my timer go down. And everyone else is going to get set up and ready to go. And then they're going to come revive me and we're going to start the last sequence. So we got lucky in the last sequence, and the last portal was actually in the middle, so we all just had to jump down and then kill him. But like I said, it's kind of a luck thing. You have to you have to kind of get lucky and have your sequence kind of be in the right one. Now, if you do hit the portals out of order, our instinct will pop up and start damaging you. So make sure you just step out of that and step back in when it resets. So there we go. So we hit the 3 portals in the right area, in the right order, and then you just go to town on them. Hit him with a high impact sniper. Sure, shadow shot him if you have it. I'm gonna Titan Slam because it does a ridiculous amount of damage. And once you kill him, it will flash a nothing. I don't know where I thought I got that from. But anyway, so that's going to do it for the first one. You got a couple things. I got an antiquated rune, moldering shards, and silken codex. You might have got a little luckier than I do, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly the same drops. But that's the first boss of the game, so only basically 4 more to go. 1 down, 3 to go. 4 total, 3 to go. Jeez, what is wrong with me? But like I said, that weapons of light definitely helps, so if you have one, definitely use it. Alright, so we are going to go on to the Golgoroth's maze, and there is actually a calcified fragment and a chest in here. Now, this is probably the most difficult chest to get to. The calcified fragment's easy. You just go into the maze, take the first left, and then take the first left again, and it'll be right there in the back against the wall. Now, I'm sorry, it is a little dark, but that's just the way the maze is in general. So I'm sorry about the kind of dark, dim lighting here, but can't really do anything about that, so sorry. So yeah, take the first left again, and there you go. Now on the ground, it's also going to be a portal, as you'll see in a second. I'll show it to you a little better. You just kind of saw it there. But the fragment's like against the wall right there. Alright, so there's going to be a little bit of edit here, so I'm sorry about that. But there's the portal on the ground. So you're going to leave somebody there to do with that one. And we're going to leave Zoop on that one. That one's going to be number 1. So remember, number 1 is Zoop. And I'll explain it again later, but number 1 is going to be Zoop. He's going to stay at the first portal. And we're going to go back down to the right towards where we came in. And then we're going to take a left somewhere here, I think. Sorry, this maze is very confusing, so I apologize. We're actually going to take a right all the way down at the end. Or sort of toward the end. And there's going to be a portal here. And Fire is going to stay there. He's going to be number 2. So remember, Fire is number 2. Zoop is number 1. And then once we do that, we're going to head down across from where we came. Or like opposite of where the portal was. And we're going to take the first left. And this is actually the way we have to go to get out. So when we get up here, I'll show you the door where the chest actually appears. But to the right would be the door to leave. To the left is actually the chest. So if you want to leave, make a right there and go down. If not, go straight down the path to the end towards the white light. And this one's a little tricky to get to. You kind of need some high agility. But you're going to see this pillar right here. Jump on there. And it's going to be a pillar slightly across from you. It's very hard to see. That's why I pull out my ghost, try to get an echo of the area. But you'll see it right there in front of me. And then all the way up top is going to, you can see there's a little doorway up there. You're going to jump up there and then go down, and the portal will be right below you. Now, I'm going to edit in Joker being down there. He's going to be number 3. So remember, Zoop is number 1, Fire is number 2, and Joker is number 3. Now, you're going to jump back down and go down to the right, and you're going to make the left towards where the exit is to go out. Watch the hole in the middle. And once you get down there, you're going to make the first right. And then at the end of this path, you're going to make another right, and the last portal will be down there. So now the reason why you left each person at a portal is because you're going to have to hit them in a specific order to open the door to get the chest. Now, it turns out it's going to be, I believe, 3, 1, 2, 4. I will confirm that in a second. So I'm going to be number 4. So I'm going to point to each person so you guys know. But Joker is going to be number 3, so it's going to be 3. So once he steps out, I'll make a sound. Sorry, I couldn't get a clear audio of the sound, so I apologize for that. But it's going to be Joker number 3, Fire number 2, Zoop's going to be number 1, and then I'm going to be number 4. So once you hit in that order, it'll make a sound, the door will open, you can go back and grab the chest. Now, the sequence does change each week. It varies between 2. It's 3, 2, 1, 4, and I believe it's 3, 321242, but I'm not 100% positive on that. I just know the one for this week is 3214, so be sure to try that one. If not, then just try the variations. There's only a certain amount of variations it could be. I believe 3 is always the first one, though, so make sure you just start with 3. So we're going to get the loot, and I think I just get Moldering Shards again. Yeah, I get some special ammo synthesis, but that's about it. No exotics so far from the chest. Alright, so now we're going to go back the way we came, basically, and head to the door. Now, the door only opens when everybody is actually at the door. So, yeah, just make sure everyone's by the door, and then it'll open, and you can fight Golgoroth. Golgoroth is incredibly timing-based, and you want to make sure everyone's on the same team. High-impact snipers are, again, going to be a very, very, very important thing. So just do your best to get one of those. If, like I said, buy 1,000-yard stare if you have 150 legendary marks, and try to infuse it with something. And anything you got, infuse it. Alright, so once everybody's here, the door will open, and we will begin Golgoroth. Alright, now this is going to be a little tricky to explain. I'm going to do my best, though. So, it's going to take you it's going to take you guys a couple times to get the timing down and everything. But basically, you're going to shoot the orb in the middle, Golgoroth's going to spawn, and you're going to have to do a bunch of stuff. So, now another thing to note out is right here in the middle is like a big rune. You basically have 6 deaths before he kills you. So if 6 people in your fire team die at, like, in total, not at one time, it's just in total, the rune will fill up, everyone will die. So do your best just not to die on stupid stuff like one of the ads or something like that. Alright, so I'm actually going to switch now to the Helm of Satan 14 and my Weapons of Light, because it'll help out later in the part. It's not 100% needed, but it just makes things easier, because at the end, Taken Thralls will spawn, and if they walk into the bubble, they'll just get blinded. It'll make it easier for you. So, again, not needed, but definitely makes things easier. If you have one, definitely use it, though. Everyone, after I tried it, said it was working very well, because they got to do a bunch more extra damage on the boss. So, at the beginning here, you're going to shoot that, he's going to spawn, and what you're going to do is kill all the ads that spawn. 3 people on the left, 3 people on the right, just kill everything. And once that's done, you're going to start the basic sequence of how to kill him. So, there's 2 weak points on him. One is on his back, and one's on his chest. The chest is where you're going to be doing all the damage from. The back weak point is to get his gaze, like quote-unquote his gaze. And the gaze is used to basically distract him, so that everyone who is doing damage to him will be able to actually do more and better amounts. I'll explain that a little more as we go. But so after you kill all the ads, there's going to be 2 people that are going to get his gaze. One person will take it, and then you'll have about 15 seconds before, like, he gets basically bored of you and just stops looking at you. So the second person will then have to steal his gaze, and then keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until his back basically closes, and then you can't do anything. So somebody's going to grab his gaze, and then we're going to shoot one of the orbs at the bottom or at the top, and we're going to jump down to the bottom and shoot his chest. And you'll see we do about 83,000. He has about like 20 million in hit points, something like that, I think. It's something ridiculous. But you're going to keep shooting him. I put a bubble Weapons of Light in the middle so you can do extra damage. And I missed a lot of shots that first run. But once the pool of Reclaim Light runs out, you have to switch. So you have to shoot down the next one, and step in it, and then do it again. Make sure you kill the Cursed Thralls as you go, because they can really screw up a run for you. So as you're doing this, the people behind you are going to be catching his gaze. So they're going to be shooting the point on his back, and then he'll stare at you. He'll shoot these little purple balls at you, so make sure you shoot them as they come out if it's possible. And then just keep going and going and going. Now, the trick is, for people who are capturing his gaze, you have to turn him so that he looks at the people who need to shoot at him, so that you can see his chest. Because if he turns around the wrong way, you're not going to be able to shoot him, and then, you know, you kind of don't do a lot of damage. So, if you run out of sniper ammo, or if you have a machine gun, great, use it. If not, just use primary, it doesn't really matter. We usually do about 3 bubbles, or 3 reclaim lights, before we do a run outside and clear ads again. We basically stop shooting him in the chest. You could do 4 or even more if the timing's right, but it's not necessary, because usually you run out of ammo and you're going to want to switch and get ammo again. So I actually died like an idiot because I forgot about Cursed Thralls. So they're going to come down and get me in a second. But you'll see, like, where Zoop is standing, I think he usually takes the gaze from right about there. And then you run back so that the people in the middle can shoot his gaze, or shoot his chest on his gaze, and then you go back and forth, switching the gaze off between the people up top. It's a lot about timing. Once you get the timing down, it's a lot easier. It sounds really difficult, but it's actually not once you just work out the kinks with your team. I was in a team where we were doing it where somebody would stand on the right, grab it, and then run to the center. The other person would switch and go to where we grabbed the gazer from initially, and we would just keep switching back and forth. Joker and I believe Zoop were the two gaze runners, and they were actually just kind of shooting them from the back, because you can actually kind of shoot them from the tomb to my left if you have the right angle. I just found it to be a little inconsistent, but if you have good aim, go ahead and do it. So as you can see, Golgoroth gaze is focused. So we're going to jump down there, put a weapons of light in the center, and we're going to shoot him as best as possible. And you'll see they finally turned them, so we got a really good angle on him. We can just go to town on him and do a ton of damage. So make sure you're killing the curse salts as they pop up. The bubble does kind of get a bad rap for that because you can't really kill him if they're inside the bubble, but as long as you kill him before that, you're fine. So make sure you're killing the little orbs up top as you go so you can do damage, otherwise you won't be able to do anything, and you'll just end up taking too long, and he'll eventually just kill you. So that's basically the entire concept, is just to keep shooting him in the chest every time you stand in the pools of reclaimed light. There's been different methods I've seen of people doing the orbs up top. Some people go like left, back, right, and then, or like they go left, back, and then front right and back right. I just found it's easier to do the front left orb than the front right orb and then the middle left, and then just keep doing that. Like I said, there's different methods. It just varies on depending on what you find comfortable. So just find the best path that suits you, and you'll be fine. Now, when the Taken Thrall spawned, I find it's easier just to start over and kind of just like clear the ads and start again, because then you'll have like a little second, like 10-15 second window of where you can shoot them, and you can just get a good amount of damage in. Honestly, if you feel comfortable, you can keep going. But I also didn't have a bubble for the Ward of Dawn, so that they can be blinded, so I wanted to start over and do another run. But honestly, it's up to you guys. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Don't try to push it, though. You do have a little extra time, so don't try to go up there and do it all in one run and then just screw up and die. Take your time, back out, kill all the ads, clear them out. You'll have a couple second window, and you can kill them. Alright, so once you make sure all the ads are clear, we're going to jump down here. First, we're going to shoot the light. Going to go over there and stand in it, because I'm actually not in it right now. But we're going to pop that bubble so that the Taken can be blinded, and then just go to town on him. See, like you can see right there, they all just kind of start like walking around because they're all blinded. Casey got dropped from the party chat, but not the actual game, so we're okay. That's what that was if you were curious. And yeah, just go to town on them. Make sure you're paying attention to the pools of reclaim light. So if they run out, make sure you kill the one across and start again. And I believe we kill him right about here. Yoop, almost dead. One more hit. And there it is. So I actually completed the Road to King's Fall at this point. I had already killed Oryx. This is my second run through, so. But I got the boots, and this is actually the second time I got in the boots, so I'm a little upset, but these actually dropped like way higher than my previous ones. You can see I have 300 now, and this was 308. So it ended up working out for me. But like I said, Golgoroth is a lot about timing. You need the people catching the gaze to like have their timing down and just like take it as soon as you get a chance to. Like normally what we did is like you have about 15 seconds where you'd have the gaze. So at about somewhere between 5 and 10, switch off, have the other person take it, and then switch off, and keep going. Honestly, I think people getting the gaze are a lot harder as a role than it is just to jump down and shoot him. But do whatever you feel comfortable with. If you have high agility, I recommend being the gaze runner. If you don't, or if you don't have a high impact sniper, definitely be the gaze runner. If you do, be down in the middle, pop in that weapons of light, and then shooting him as much as possible. Alright, so now we're going to move on to Calcified Fragment number 4. Now this one is going to be, you're going to come into the little room here, and you can actually go right to get out, but we're going to go left, and right up above here is going to be the next fragment. So there you go. We're going to grab that. That is number 32. Look at me doing math on the fly. So somebody, I think it was Zoop or Fire Snake, was like, oh, let's go down here. This is the way to go. Actually, it's not. So sorry for this little 15-second blame or out of your way timing. If you want to blame somebody, blame Fire Snake. Fire Snake 360, send him a friend request. Tell him he's a bad leader. He'll actually get really mad, and I'll find it funny because I'm usually in a party chat with him. So it'll just make my day. So please go ahead and do that. And actually, you can send all of us party or friend requests. I really don't. I'll accept every single person. I won't always play with you, so don't like expect me to play with you 24/7. But I'll do my best to try to play with you guys as time gets around to it. My time gets around to it. So the fragment's actually gonna be right below where we are right now. So I'm gonna grab that first, and you can actually just fall straight down. Make sure you kind of follow the edge of the ledge so you don't get pushed off because it's curved a little bit. And then the fragment will be right here in the corner, right there. Alright, so make sure you don't get hit by these little things that pop out. They will send you flying across the map, as you'll see later on. Because a few of us actually did it accidentally. But this is pretty simple. You basically just want to follow the paths along and just keep going up. The hardest part is really just avoiding getting hit by those things. So just jump across over there and then keep going. There's a few tricky parts at the end, but it's overall pretty simple once you get the timing down. This whole raid is really about timing. So now to get across, you have to step on those portals, but actually there's going to be a chest first, so we're going to do that, and then we'll come back and show you how to do the portals. So you're going to jump across here to this little ledge, and then once you get over there, you're going to pull out your ghost, and you'll actually see the platforms pop up kind of above you, so make sure you look up. And then you're just going to jump on top of there and follow them around. Kudos to whoever found this one, because I would have never thought to look here. Because I don't think the platforms will pop up from the portal, the platform down there. So you're going to jump up again one more time, and to this one. And actually, there's no more platforms. You have to actually jump to the ledge above you, where Joker's shooting right there. So he's going to go first, so we don't bump into each other and fall off. And I almost fell off there, but luckily got back on there. So then you're going to jump up there to that ledge, but there's they see that little triangle thing above the screen. It's kind of blocks you, so make sure you jump to the right ledge area, and you should be able to get around it. And there we go. So now the next one's going to be above us again. You'll see it over to the left and above. And once you get up there, you're going to turn around, and the hole in the wall will actually be above you right there. So there is your second chest of 3. And I think I just get another special ammo syntheses and moldering shards. Now, if you're wondering why you even need to get these, because you don't get really any exotics that we know of yet, it's because moldering shards will actually give you better weapons and more weapons and extra shaders and stuff when you beat Oryx. And you'll say I have 25. You need more than 20 to get the bonuses. So you definitely, like, I ended up getting a 310 auto rifle, or I think it was 310 something. I got the max light level piece of armor or something like that. So you definitely want to get it. Some people got like 2 or 3 weapons. It just depends how lucky you are. I got kind of bad luck. There we go. So I'm going to jump down here. And so you'll see when somebody steps on the portal, it'll pop up with the platforms on the right there. And then people can jump across, and there'll be a portal on the side that people can stand on. It'll keep both platforms up, the ones further ahead and the ones behind, so everyone can jump across. And I actually, in a really bad move, I actually thought I was standing on the platform, and I wasn't, and Fire Snake went right through the map. So I felt really bad. He thought I did it on purpose, but I actually didn't. So I'm going to say to everybody who watches this, I formally apologize to Fire Snake for letting him die. I did not mean to, but it was super funny, so I'll let it slide. Now, once you trigger the last portal as you go along, the rest of them will auto-complete, basically, so you don't have to stand in portals anymore. You can just keep going. There's 3 portals in total, or 3. So once you get the 3rd one, it'll just basically lock them, and you can all go. Alright, so once you get to the other platform, this is where it starts to get a little tricky. The path itself is a little tricky, not exactly the jumping. It's kind of a little confusing. There's a lot of different platforms you can jump to. But what you want to do is go straight across and jump over that one right there. It's hiding for you. And I actually went up to the platform and just got wrecked by a, whatever those things are called. So we're going to start again. And so we're going to jump over here, jump over the first wall. And this time we're going to jump up, but we're not going to jump into there. We're going to step a little further over. And then we're going to go over to the left and jump straight across. Make sure you avoid those guys right there. And then jump across one more time. And then jump up here. Now this is where it gets a little confusing. You have to jump across and up. And then not up and to the right, but you want to go up and to the left first. And then, if you have a good agility, you can actually make the jump straight across, but I don't because I'm a Titan, as I said before. So jump up and to the left again. And then once this one goes, I went for it and then got a little nervous, so I stopped and Zoop ran into me behind me. So we're going to jump up here, and you're going to avoid that one because that one's really close to you when you get up there. Now this is a little tricky. There's going to be one that kind of pops out as you jump, so you have to kind of jump over it like I did. You can go under it if you have a triple jump, like with Bones of AO as a hunter, but that one's really tricky. It's kind of like that FU one that's like, oh, you think you're there? You're actually not. So kudos to Bungie for putting that one in there, but damn, that's messed up. Alright, so we're going to cut out, I think it was KC failing again, and we're going to come up here, and this one's very simple. You're just going to jump basically straight up to the top. That's okay. I actually failed on this one, so I guess I get my comeuppance. But jump, like, there's a lot of different ways to get up here. This is how I did it. Just jump on the rocks and just follow your way up. Pretty simple. I actually just walked off the edge. Didn't even fail. Just fell out. Just walked off the edge. Didn't even miss the jump. But anyway, I'm going to jump up here and then jump up to the ledge behind you. There's actually 2 ledges that you can jump up to. But if you have halfway decent agility, you can just jump up to the top. You don't even need the second ledge. Alright, so once everyone gets up there, we're going to do the Daughters of Oryx. Alright, so this point, Zoop got a little upset because he kind of kept missing the jumps. He was like, you know what, screw it, because he was a hunter. So he went to orbit and came back in. So we're going to cut that part out, and we're going to start the Daughters of Oryx. So basically what's going to happen is there's going to be 4 portals. One in the front left, one front right, one back left, one back right. Everyone's going to pick their portal that they want. The 5th person is going to be the Spark Runner, who's going to jump along the platforms in the other dimension and grab the relic. And the 6th person is to be helping to clear ads, because there'll be some Centurion stuff that spawn in the middle. I'm actually going to clear ads, so sorry I'm not the Spark Runner. But you can see he just ran by me. He was kind of invisible there. So what's going to happen is you have to jump on the portals in counterclockwise order. So it's going to be the front right, back left, and then front left is going to be the last one. But the last one you actually don't need to jump on. I believe, at least in the Oryx section, you don't. We stood on there just for consistency purposes, but I believe you don't have to. And then at 40 seconds, the Vandals will spawn like above you and behind you on the platforms, so be sure you take them out. Once the person grabs the spark, they have to go up to the first wizard on the left, and he basically presses square, or I believe it's B on Xbox, and you slam down and demolish that shield that he has, and you just lay into him. Now, you don't want to kill her, though. You want to take her down till she's about just a smidge, like, above dying. Like, so just about where the ear is in her name. High-impact snipers, again, are the best things to use. If you can use weapons of light and put it, like, below, do it. If not, then just shoot her. You'll see we let her live to about just under there. And after you slam down the shield, the person who had the relic is going to basically take the shield from the wizard. So you want to make sure you're inside that bubble, because it actually makes you immune. So basically you can stand in there and not worry about any of the ads and just shoot at the boss. Now once that's done, you're basically going to do the same thing again. Spark Runner is going to grab that, and then they're going to do counterclockwise again. So you see it's above me to the right. So the top right was first, back left, and then front right. Once you got the spark, this time you're going to go to the one on the right. So like Ear Anuk was first, that's the one on the left. The other one's like something with an H. Once you do that, you're going to take her down. You're actually going to kill her. So you're going to want weapons of light if you have it, and just do all the damage you can. Just make sure you kill her. If you don't, you can still do it, but it gets a little trickier. So I recommend just keep doing everything you can to kill her the first time. And then you can do this in actually 3 waves. So now it says you have 10 seconds left or 6 seconds left now on the Dirge of Unraveling, but you actually have way into when the light flashes. So just keep shooting once the timer goes down, and then you should kill her while you're in that, if not before. So now, after you kill her, the thing's going to reset. Make sure you kill all the ads so you don't die, and you basically do the same thing again. Now, who the Spark Runner is random, so you can't really pick somebody unless you want to die and then restart. But once after the first time, it's all random, and the timer will automatically start after like 15 seconds or so, so you can't really die and have somebody else do it. So this one time it's front left is first, so you're going to start with front right, and then go back right, back left, and then the last one's going to be whichever one the relic is above. So make sure you kill all the ads again, and once you do that, and then he grabs the relic, you're going to want to hit Ear Anuk again this time, so take down her shield. And this time you want to kill her. If you don't kill her, she will basically just like pretty much kill you. So do everything you can, shoot anything you got left. If you got special ammo, do it. If not, just use a rocket or a machine gun. If not, just use regular primary ammo because it'll still kill you. You got a little bit of time, so it's not too bad. But you want to make sure you take her down as much as possible so you can kill her quickly. And once you do that, that's pretty much it. It's over. you kill both the daughters of Oryx, and you basically eliminated all of Oryx's sons and daughters, so good for you. Alright, I actually just get nothing Moldering Shards and Worm Spore again, so I'm kind of upset. But now we come to the final boss of the game, so make sure you grab as much ammo and get a super if you can. Pop a special synthesis or a heavy. I'd probably recommend a special synthesis, but it depends on what you have. And we're going to begin to kill Oryx. Alright, now it's time for Oryx. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on at the beginning, so I'm going to try to explain to you as best as I possibly can, as quickly as possible. But to start this off, you're going to have to go over to the middle and hit the little white orb, and then it'll trigger everything to start. I'm going to pop a special or a heavy ammo synthesis, and what you're going to do is have 3 people on the left, 3 people on the right, and you're going to clear the ads that spawn. It's going to be a couple thralls and stuff like that. So we're going to do that. If you need any ammo that spawns from them, do that, and then the knight will spawn on either of the platforms in the front, and you're going to kill those. Now, everybody who had the portals from the previous part are going to go back to their same portals. Oryx is going to pick a portal to go to either like back right, basically, or back left. This time he's on the right. He's going to slam his fist down on there, and then the Spark Runner is going to jump up there first, and then the person who is holding that portal is going to go up there second, and they're going to follow and go counterclockwise again, etc., etc. This time the 4th person does not need to be on their platform, so they're going to go around and kill ogres with other people. Now, high impact snipers and rocket launchers are like basically needed so that you make sure they don't go too far, because you want them to stay pretty much as far in the corners as possible. Ugh, sorry, saying a lot of words real quickly. After the Spark Runner grabs the orb and comes down, he's going to take the immunity shield from the knight that spawns. Then we're going to kill the knight, and then we're going to go in the middle and do as much damage to Oryx's chest as possible. You have about 5 seconds before he kills you. You have to do damage. Like, you have to do damage. So now, the other people who aren't shooting Oryx in the chest, it should be 4 people who are going to grab the orbs that the ogres drop. They're going to be little black like balls. You've seen them before, like it's like the same thing as the one over the Warpriest at the beginning. You're going to have to go and stand those for about 5 seconds, and they'll blow up, and then you run back to the orb where you're immune. Now, it's very tricky because if you don't like get back in time, you die, and you don't really do damage to Oryx too, so you're going to have to get very, very quickly, go back and blow those up and do it. The best way is to just like check the bottom left corner. It'll say like Dougie Fresh has like corrupted light, etc., etc. And once you complete that, you're going to have to run in a circle, because otherwise he'll kill you with electricity. Now, if you're on a portal, just run around your portal. If you are one of the people who are killing ads like I was, or if you're the Spark Runner, just find a little area and run around a circle. Very simple, just something that's kind of like really annoying, but kind of fun at the same time. Once that's done, you have about 10 to 15 seconds to grab orbs, grab ammo, pop a synthesis if you need it. This is the time to do it. So pop the synthesis if you need them. Oryx will then switch over to one of the front sides, so he'll slam his fist, Spark Runner will jump up, next person will jump up in the portal so they can hold it down, and then counterclockwise, same, and then kill the ogres as they spawn. The best way to kill the ogres is to go opposites. So like, you'll see West is over there and Zoop is over there. So Zoop will shoot across to West's so that he can get the headshots on the face, and then West will shoot across at Zoopers, and the people helping clear the ads or the other ogres will come around and help as needed. Now remember, there should be 1 person always killing ogres and ads, and the 4th person, whoever is not on the last portal, you do not need to be on that, so make sure they're around killing ads as well. Once they grab the relic, the knight will spawn, you grab the immunity shield, you pop a weapons of light in the middle if you have one, and then do as much damage as you possibly can to his chest, because like I said, if you don't get damage in, then you're done. As soon as you stagger him like that, you gotta run. Each person needs to run and go grab their orb. You'll see in the bottom left it says, has detonated corrupted light. You do that, you run all the way back as fast as you can, get in the immunity bubble, and then you keep shooting at him while he's there, and you'll do damage. Now you have to do that between 2 and 3 times, depending on how much damage you do in between and how much damage you get off. Once that's done, make sure you run the circles. Alright, now that we got a second to breathe. Whew, geez, a lot of stuff going on. So now every time there are 4 ogres, if I have not already said that, make sure you just shoot across to the other person's ogre, and then when you're done with that one, switch across to kill the other person's ogre. They do spawn in order, so they will spawn like basically counterclockwise, so they're one that will always spawn a little later. So just be sure you help people helping to clear ads, like the last person and the ad person. Just make sure you help and clear the ads as you go. Now, once you get Oryx's health to 50%, there'll be like a different thing that goes on that I'll explain as we go. Make sure once you finish Electrical Storm, you pop heavies or special synthesis as you need it. You really need that high impact sniper, so make sure you're popping like special ammo first if you don't have any. Since I'm clearing ads, I'm using a rocket launcher, so that's why. All right. So now he's gonna go either to the front left or back left again, or front left or front right again, I believe. It actually looks like he went to the back, so he must have like double juked us. Nope, he's in the front. Wait, where is he? I lost him. He's somewhere. There you go. He's in the front. I was right. So the third wave, he'll actually be in the front. So once he slams his fist, Spark Runner jumps up. Counterclockwise, you go along. Make sure you do it one at a time. You can't do it all at once. Make sure you do one, then the next, and the next, and the next. Alright, so once he slams his fist, his chest will open, if I've not already said that. So make sure you do as much damage as you can, get the weapons of light, get like the high impact snipers out, and keep going. Like I said, if you don't stagger him, you will die, so make sure you do it. Everyone go run and grab their orbs. The ogre's dropped. That's why you need to keep them in the corner, because otherwise you'll accidentally detonate them, and you won't do any damage. So the people, like the Spark Runner and the person clearing ads, should be like either shooting his chest while they go get the orbs, or you should clear a couple ads if there's a lot of them around. But there we go. You see, so he's about at half health, just about. We're going to do a little more damage. And then we're going to do the same thing again. So make sure you clear the rest of the ads if there's any around. Grab that ammo because you don't want to pop a lot of synthesis if you don't have to, because it takes time. And we are actually going to do one more electrical storm run. It took us a little extra time than we wanted to, so it took us about, this is either fourth wave? Yeah, something like that. Alright. There supposedly is an enrage timer. I have not seen it because we've always gotten to a point where we either beat it or we just did so badly we wiped. But I believe there is an enrage timer, so don't take too long if you can. But we kind of messed up, so, you know, it's not too bad. I'm sorry I don't really get good angles at what everybody else is doing, but I think I did my best to show him. Alright, so he's going to slam his fist. They're going to jump up. Fire's going to jump up. The guy's going to jump up after him, and then each corner. And we're going to clear these ads. And you can actually see, I usually don't stick around long enough to see the orbs drop, but it's just a black ball that looks like what everything you've seen basically in Taken King so far. I've also, if you're the one clearing ads, don't like sit there and make sure you like kill them completely, because the people on the portals, their job is to kill them. So you don't have to sit there and like kill every single one. Like move along and kill them as needed. And then make sure you kill the knight as fast as possible, because you don't want him taking too much time. If you have melting point on a Titan hammer, make sure you use that. It does extra damage. Grab the weapons of light, and then once he opens his chest, just unload damage on him. If you have a really fast reload, you can actually switch and reload again, but I usually don't. So what you want to do is just switch to auto rifle and shoot that if you have time. Or if you have like a machine gun, like I said, use that instead. That'll also do pretty good damage, but high impact snipers are way better. Alright, so we got him down to about a quarter because everybody grabbed the orbs like very, very well. It's still not really known exactly how you do the damage for the orbs, but what we've seen is that like try to blow them up at close to about the same time. So like once you stagger Oryx, like switch out, like go just run over there and grab the orb and detonate it. Alright, so once you get the below 50%, he'll actually spawn this orb, and 2 knights will pop up, so make sure you kill them. And people will slowly get randomly teleported into the bubble, and it'll basically be like the last mission of the quest where he, like, Oryx is outside, like, an area, and he kind of flies in every sporadically. That's what that'll be like. And you'll see me get spawned in a second. But the people outside need to be clearing ads, because if they don't clear the ads that, like, appear on the right and left, they'll go into the bubble and start hitting you, if you don't kill them, obviously. And you don't regain health inside the bubble. So like once you get hit, you don't get your health back. It's just like get teleported in, and you'll see the echo is over there. There you go. It's kind of hard to see him, but he's right there. And you need to kill him as fast as possible. You have about 1 to 2 minutes to kill him, otherwise you die. So make sure you're focusing on him above all else, and focus on the ads as needed. Occasionally he will fly in and try to hit you with a sword. It's not necessarily a one-hit kill if you're far enough away, but if he gets a really good hit on you, you are dead. So try to stay away from that as possible. Alright, once you get back out, you'll go back and do the same thing again. Person clearing ads, make sure you focus on the ogres that pop up first. Don't like sit around the other side and wait. Like you see, I put 2 rockets in an ogre and then left to go to get the other one, because I was like checking to make sure everything's good. And we actually blew that one up way too late. I should have stayed and killed that one, but I didn't, so that was partially my fault. But people on the portals need to make sure you have special ammo and you're staggering those ogres as fast as possible. And you'll see that's a good look at the black bubble. You want to stay away from that until you're ready to blow that up during the Oryx shooting him in the chest part. So there you go. So you see he slammed his fist. Once he slams his fist, he's going to open up his chest. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, and a 4th, which I totally whiffed on. Then you're going to go blow up the orbs, which whoever got that back one got really lucky because it was like right there. But you stand in for about 5 seconds, it'll blow up, and then you can do more damage and clear ads. And we're going to go into the black bubble thing one more time. I think I could teleport in first, actually. If this was we did like 2 runs. We died the first time, so I think the first run I got teleported in first, like both times. I'm not sure if I did this time. But make sure you clear any remaining ads, revive anybody who needs to be revived, and just make sure you kill the knights on the right and the left, because they actually do like a ton of damage, and they'll just end up wrecking you if you're like outside by yourself at the end. Oh, and see, I went to go revive the guy, and he like got teleported in, so that kind of stink. But alright, I actually went completely out of ammo, and luckily there's a thrall like right there that I managed to kill, so I get ammo back. But make sure you get the ammo, guys, because that'll really be a killer. There you go. You see him come in. I got away from him, but he does damage, and I'm not regaining health, so you got to be careful about that if you're possible. Now, he will keep teleporting around, so you have to kind of look for him, and you'll see me just keep spinning around in a circle, and then until you see him pop up on the yellow. And then you do a bunch of damage to him, he'll teleport, and keep going. Like I said, you don't have a certain amount of time to kill him before he just kills you all, so make sure you're focusing on him as much as possible, and only kill the ads as needed. People outside really need to be getting rid of those ads that spawn, otherwise people inside just can get overwhelmed. Now, once you get him to like the 1% health, basically, he will disappear and pop back up. So whoever's using the weapons of light needs to make sure you definitely have one for the 1%. That's what everyone will call it, is the 1%, so that's what I'm going to call it as well. We're going to do one more run. So Fire Snake's going to grab the spark, person's going to jump up after, and then we're going to counterclockwise run again. I'm going to focus on the ads. I'm actually out of heavy, so I'm going to use my sniper. And you can see it kind of staggers them as if you hit him in the head. As long as you actually hit him in the head, which I completely whiffed on like all of those. Every time I try to make a point, like I fail at it, so but there you go. So you hit him in the face, kill him, and then there you go. Shoot that one as well. Make sure 100% you have ammo for the 1%, otherwise you won't be able to do enough damage and you will die. Like, I actually watched the #1 team who was like about to beat it in the raid for the first time ever. Like for number 1 in the world, I watched them do this and they failed at the 1% and they lost. And they actually came in second, so it really stinks if you don't get down there and do it. So make sure you have enough ammo to kill the 1%, and otherwise you have to do it all over again. So there you go. There is an enrage. It's about 6-7 runs, I think. 8th run is probably the last one you get. So there you go. You see he has about 1% health left. Make sure you have ammo. You're going to need that weapons of light, so make sure you pop that weapons of light. And make sure you're reloaded. You'll see him pop up. You have about 5 seconds to kill him or you are dead. So make sure you unload everything you have on him. And once you do the damage, the white light will flash and he will die and go floating off into the middle of Saturn. Whew, there you go. That's an hour and 8 minutes of me talking. I hope you guys found this very useful. I hope you guys found the strategies we used useful. If anything else pops up, then I mean, maybe I'll update it. But I actually got the chest piece and I dropped it at 310, which I was super excited about. And then for beating the King's Fall raid quest, you actually get a 310 artifact, which I don't show in this video. But if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to respond to as many as I possibly humanly can. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys found all the chests and found the fragments. The fragments, just so you guys know, actually get you a exotic if you find 45 of them. So get on that if you're not already. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, be sure on the lookout for more Destiny videos as more stuff is released. And I'll see you guys later.